Hi, my name is Jamie Statz-Paynter, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this wonderful corner tuck card. As you can see, the card goes like this, and then you tuck it inside there so it stays closed. Otherwise, you can see how the card can go open. So it's kind of an improved version of one of the a different fun fold. So I'm using the Shaded Summer set for this, and I'm going to keep this up here. You'll see the first thing that I've done is I've taken a cardstock, and my cardstock originally was 8 1/2 or 8 inches wide by 4 1/4 long. From there, I cut it off at 2 1/2 so that I had 3 inches left so that I could make my 3 by 3 square for the top of this part. Then I took a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 white that I cut to match here. Since this is 2 1/2 over, I made this 2 1/4 by 4 inches that we're going to glue right there. And I did a little other prep work early to try and make my video a little bit quicker. And this is from the Pattern Party Designer Series paper. It's a bunch of paper. It's got a large amount of colors on one side, and on the reverse side, it's all black and white. So it's a large paper pack that I really like. Okay, and then what I did is, this one you can see, and I forgot, this one's 2 1/2. So it was a 2 1/2 inch square, and then I cut it in half, and this was 2 1/4 inch square, and I cut it in half so that I can use it for the point up here. And I'm going to take a little quickie glue here, and I'm also going to take a little glue on this. And I always do it about a 1/4 inch from the outside so that it won't smear when I put it on my cardstock. Oops. Okay. Let's get this one just a little bit. That's the one part I like about glue when you're doing things like this, is you can move it around to where you want it so it's not permanent. If you use a glue runner, it is, and it tears the paper when you're trying to do that. So then what I did is I have my 4 inch by 5 1/4, and what I'm going to do is I like to make the inside look a little bit different or connect to the front. So what I'm going to do is just take this little black, like I did up there, and I'm going to stamp. Oops, and I made a little mistake there, so I'm going to quick flip it over. One of the advantages of using our Stampin' Up! Paper is it's thick. Oh, that one now I'm going to have to use. So let's see. Well, we'll see which one I like better. Oh, it's obvious now it's going to be the other side. Because you won't be able to see through it when you use the other side. As you can tell, you can't tell that I did this. I'm cleaning with my Stampin' Chamois. Okay, and now I'm going to glue this 5 1/4 by 4 inch sheet of paper to the inside. Okay, and what I have here is a sand eraser. And one of the people that I do card making with got me into this, showing how if you do it, our paper is thick enough. Oops. Oh, I should have waited a little longer. That it will get rid of that, but now I'm going to have to do a little bit more down there. But that's what you would do, is use the sand eraser, but you do want to make sure that it's dry, and that one was a little bit wet. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to glue the top part of this piece here. And I probably put just a little bit too much glue because I want to make sure that I have just enough to close it, whoops, but not enough that it's going to get everything stuck. And I'm going to put it on, you can put it on the top or the bottom. Let's see, since I've got everything on the, see how I did the stamp sentiment here? So that's why I chose to put them this way. If I would have put it here, I'd put my sentiment up there, and maybe we'll try that for this one, just to do something a little different, so you can see that you can do things differently here. And because I only put glue on the outer edges, you're going to be able to stick your piece inside there. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is I am going to glue I used my oval punch to not only cut out this oval with the scallop on it. Let's see if I can find where I put that so I can show you. It's got the scallop, oops, and the scallop piece and the regular piece. And what I did is I cut first the scallop. I stamp it first, and I always like stamping it first because that way I make sure I get it centered when I am gluing it. Then what I did is, because I couldn't fit the happy birthday in this little piece here because it is a coordinating piece, what I did is instead I cut the same scallop paper out, but I cut it in half to give it that border so it still looks like it's got edging. It just doesn't have anything on the outside there. And then I'm going to let it just dry for a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I've got my Highland Heather, and I took, this is Granny Apple Green kind of cardstock, so that's why I wanted to go with the green and the purple. I love purple colors, so that's why you'll see I use a lot of it. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Blend here, the light color, because the dark one I think would be a little too dark. And so I'm not actually even blending, I am just coloring this one here. And there we go. I usually leave all the coloring to my sister because she loves to color. I love to fussy cut, which most people don't like to do, and that's something I enjoy doing. Now I'm using my light Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to just do the leaves. I could put a little darkness in there as well to make it, to do a little more blending with it, but I just wanted to have this light image to kind of match what we have there. And it does have a thin tip and a thick tip. And then I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight yellow just for the center of my flowers. Okay. So now when I'm gluing it on, I'm only going to glue a part of it. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to put this up here, I still like the way the direction is going. So I'm just going to put just a little glue. Wow. I got jumpy hands today. I do apologize. There we go. And what I'm going to do is hold it like this to say I want a little bit going in there, and I want it kind of centered from top and bottom. So I'm going to put it like this so that looks even this way, and I'm going to make sure there's no glue on the back side, because if there is, I'm going to want to get that to make sure I get that off right away. So other than those two little pieces there, I will get that. And then, and I'm going to put it in there just so it stays, and you can see how it is. And then what I'm going to do is take my Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put one on the back. Actually, I'm going to cut it in half, my big ones, because I like putting a little on the top and a little on the bottom. And I could have used 4 minis for this, but right now I've got a lot of extra big ones, so I'm going to just use the big ones. And then I'm going to peel it off. Oops. And I'm going to put my happy birthday up this direction. So now you can see with the 2 cards that I made, you can get a totally different look by which direction you're putting it on. And you can see there is no, it just depends on the image and where you want to use it for. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, it was using the Shaded Summer stamp set with the Happy Birthday and my Stampin' blends. My name is Jamie Statz-Paynter. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you have any questions, I can be reached at badgermomstamps at gmail.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day.